In part B of this section, we're going to look at solving with the quadratic formula. And some key things here, okay, we have to again be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, kind of that standard form for a quadratic equation. Okay, and the quadratic formula is this right here. X equals the opposite of b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And that's on your reference sheet that you can use for quizzes and tests. So let's focus in and do number 19 here. So on 19, we are in the right form. We're in that ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, set equal to 0 form. So I'm going to write down what a is, what b is, and what c is. So a is -6, b is 7, c is 24. So now if I go to my quadratic formula, normally it's x equals, in this case in the quadratic equation we have v, so we're going to say v equals the opposite of b, well b is 7, so it's -7 plus or minus square root of b squared, so 7 squared minus 4 times a, which is -6, times c, which is 24. All that over 2 times a, which is -6. So now what I suggest you do is figure out the number underneath your square root. Okay, and if you know how to work your calculator, you can type that whole line in, or you can do it in pieces. Okay, we could type in everything we have right here without the square root on it. Okay, if you hit your time symbols in between these numbers over here, okay, and you do get 625 underneath that square root. Okay, or you could do it in steps and follow order of operations. Okay, all over, and then I do my multiplication on the bottom, which is -12. Okay, now 625. First thing is that is a perfect square. It's got a perfect square root. If it does not, you need to simplify the square root and put that in simplified radical form. So this one, the square root of 625 is 25. So it becomes -7 plus or minus 25 over -12. Now, when there's no radical on this part, we can go ahead and we're going to get our two answers from this. I'm going to slide this up a little bit. We can basically do -7 plus 25 divided by -12, and we do -7 minus 25 and divide by -12. So if I do that on the top here, I get 18. 18 over -12 reduces to -3/2. So I get v equals -3/2 for one of them. -1.5 would be the same. -7 minus 25 is -32. And then you have -32 over -12. That does reduce. 4 goes into each of those. The negatives are going to cancel out. So it would be 8/3. So v would equal -3/2 or 8/3. And you could write them as mixed numbers if you want to.